Hi, boys and girls. I hope you are doing well today. Let's start with going over our I can statement. What are we going to be learning? I can learn information from pictures and text in a book or a text. So that just means that I can learn things by looking at just the pictures, from just the pictures, and I can learn things by reading just the text. You can learn different things from the pictures in a book and the text in a book. So let's talk about our book. We are going to be reading What If You Had an Animal Nose? This is one of my favorite books. It is a great book. I want to first go over our sight words this week. All right, I'm going to show you a sight word. Say it in your regular voice. Next, very good. Away, great. Got, awesome. Goes. Last, great. I want you to do it in your smallest voice now. Got, very good. Away, good. Next, good. Last, and goes, very good. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. What if you had an animal nose? Ooh, I see a text feature here. I see a title that tells us what we're going to be reading, and I see a picture with a boy in a trunk and a real picture, an illustration here with a boy in a trunk and a real picture here with an elephant. So that gives me clues to what the story is going to be about. So we learned about text features. Make sure you remember those while you're reading nonfiction text, which is real. That has facts. Very good. What if one day when you woke up and looked in the mirror, the nose on your face wasn't yours? What if overnight a wild animal's nose took its place? That would be pretty crazy, wouldn't it? All right, this is what I want us to do. Before we get started, I want you to close your eyes and listen to this. What information can we learn about this animal and their nose from just the text, okay? Then I'll show you the picture. You may go ahead and close your eyes. A tapir is a plant-eating animal with a very handy nose. Its nose moves and bends to grab leaves off a branch or push fruit into the tapir's mouth. A tapir nose is joined with its upper lip. It bends and moves so well because it is made of muscle. Once a nose is that big and movable, it's called proboscis. So I want you to think. What did you picture in your head? You may open your eyes. What did you picture in your head from reading from just the text? Then I'll show you the picture. I pictured an animal with a long nose on its upper lip. So its lip is like really long. Let's see. It kind of looks like an elephant. Let's see what the picture looks like. Whoa, is that what you pictured in your head? Interesting. So you see a boy here with a tapir nose. If you had a tapir snout, you could catch a home run ball even with your hands full. That's pretty cool. So we learned from the picture too. If I look at this picture, I see that his nose is brownish gray color. I didn't know that from the text. I learned that from the picture. I also learned that he has 2 nostrils. I did not learn that from the text. I learned that from the picture. So you can learn different things from the words or the text and different things from the picture. Okay, cottontail rabbit. A rabbit's nose is packed with smell sensors, and rabbit noses twitch for many different reasons. A rabbit wiggles its nose up and down to pull more air in when it sniffs. That helps it find food or tell when hungry hunters are close so it can hop to safety. A rabbit's nose twitches faster when it is interested or excited, sometimes as many as 120 times per minute. And here's the picture. If you had a rabbit's nose, your twitching nose would show your school spirit. So from the words on this picture, what did you learn? Just from the words. I learned that it can twitch its nose about 120 times per minute from just the words. What about from the picture? What did I learn from the picture? either the illustration or the real picture. I learned that its nose has white typically on the very tip of it. Very good job. And that also it has whiskers. I did not learn that from the words. Okay, this one. Oh, I'm going to show you this one and then we'll do it for the next one. Elephant. An elephant's nose may be the most useful nose on the planet. It's so long and special it even has its own name, a trunk. An elephant's trunk can sniff smells from lots of directions, even up high. It can lift and carry something as heavy as a big log. An elephant also uses its trunk to pull water in as much as 2 gallons at a time. Then it sprays a drink in its mouth or gives itself a shower. If you had an elephant's trunk, you wouldn't need to go to a water park in the summer because you could just spray water in the air. So what did we learn from just the words, just the text? What did we learn? I learned that it can carry heavy things, sometimes as heavy as a big log. What did you learn from the picture? About the nose. I learned that it is long and gray and that there's like some wrinkles in it. Very good. All right, this is the next one. I want you to pull out your notebook and a pencil and come back to your seat. You may pause the video. First, I want you to close your eyes and listen to the words that I read. After you do that, we're going to pause and you're going to draw a picture of what you think this animal's nose looks like. I'm going to see if your picture matches what the picture is, okay? A grizzly bear's nose is packed with smell sensors. No wonder this bear is a champ at tracking down food. Sometimes from over a mile away, it needs to find and eat all the food it can before winter. That's when a grizzly bear goes into a deep sleep called hibernation and usually doesn't eat at all. If you had a grizzly bear's nose, you could sniff out all your favorite goodies and only trick or treat at the best houses. Okay, I want you to pause the video and draw a picture of what you think a grizzly bear's nose looks like. All right, welcome back to the video. Once you're finished with that, let me show you. Oh my goodness, is that what you drew? As I said before, if you had a grizzly bear's nose, you could sniff out all your favorite goodies and only trick or treat at the best houses because they could smell so well. Now, boys and girls, I want you to look at the pictures, the illustration and the picture. Tell me, what did you learn from just the picture that the words didn't tell us? I learned that its nose is black. The very tip of it is black and typically is furry and brown. Interesting. Very good. That's what I learned. A warthog's nose isn't pretty, but it's perfect. It's the perfect food finder. First, the warthog uses its strong sense of smell to sniff out the underground roots and bulbs it likes to eat. Then the warthog rolls its nose around to dig into soft soil with some help from its tusks, and its tusks are these things right here. Finally, the warthog uses its nose to lift dirt out of the hole until it finds the roots or bulbs to munch. So let's look at that picture and the illustration. So the illustration is right here, the drawing, and the picture is right here. It says, if you had a warthog's nose, you would never need anything but your nose to build sandcastles. That's pretty cool. What did you learn from the words on this page? I learned from the words that it uses its nose to dig in the soft soil. What did you learn from the pictures in this page? I learned that it sometimes has 2 sets of tusks. Do you see that? There's 1 set of tusks here. They kind of look like big teeth, and 2 sets of tusks here. I did not learn about that in the words. All right, my next one. A saiga is a sheep-sized antelope with proboscis nose. Its proboscis is lined with hairs and snotty mucus, making it perfect for filtering out dust It's important because Saiga's homeland is often dry and dusty. Herds of Saigas live together and kick up a lot of dust, traveling in search of grass to eat. Look at the pictures now. We just listened to the words. Look at those pictures. We have a real picture and we have an illustration. And I would like you to look. What did we learn? Let's do our words first. What did you learn from the words that I just read? I learned that it filters dust. Their nose filters dust. That's what I learned from the words. I also learned that herds of Saigas live together and kick up dust. That's why they need that. So if you had a Saiga's nose, you would never notice when a room was dusty because it would filter the dust all the time. Notice how in the illustration, she's fine, but her friends are sneezing and sniffing because of the dust. We're going to stop right there and finish the rest of it tomorrow. What we're going to do, though, is pull out our notebooks and a pencil, and you are going to write with me. So this clipboard says, here are things I noticed in the picture, and here are facts I learned from the text. So I'm going to go back to one of our pages, and we're going to write one thing that I noticed in the picture. And we're going to do a few of these. We're not going to fill in every single bullet point, okay? So when you do this, I just want you to write bullet points. You will just draw a point just like this on your paper, okay? You can write what you learned in the picture, and right beneath that, you can write what you learned in the text, okay? All right, let's do this one right here. What did we learn in the text? I'll read that to you one more time. A rabbit's nose is packed with smell sensors. A rabbit's nose twitches for many different reasons. A rabbit wiggles its nose up and down to pull more air in when it sniffs. So what did we notice from just the words? Ooh, here's a good one. Its nose, I'll say a rabbit's. A rabbit's, R-A-B-B-I-T. Apostrophe S, because it's his nose. Twitches, T-W-I-T-C-H-E-S. Put a period at the end. A rabbit's nose twitches. Very good. Now, what did we learn from either the illustration here? Either the illustration or the picture. What did we learn? Oh, the tip of a rabbit's nose is white. Let's write that. Capital T-H-E. Tip of the rabbit's nose is white. So far, you should have 2 bullet points. I have a couple here, but I am going to make sure I have enough space on my paper, so I'm just going to make them a little bit darker. So you should have 2 bullet points. A rabbit's nose twitches. That's what we noticed in the picture. Oops. That's what we noticed in the text. This is text. And this is what we noticed in the picture. We noticed that the tip of the rabbit's nose is white. So those are facts that you learned. Very good. Okay, so let's move to our next one. Let's do one more together. So I'm going to read part of this to you. An elephant's nose may be the most useful nose on the planet. It is so long it's special, it even has its own name, a trunk. An elephant's trunk can sniff smells from lots of directions. Ooh, what did we learn from the text on that page? I'm going to write another bullet point just like this, make a dot. I'm going to say an elephant's nose is called a trunk. And capital A, elephant's nose is called a trunk. An elephant's nose is called a trunk. Notice how I put spaces between my words and I put a period at the end. All right, I'm going to write what I noticed in the picture. So let's look at the picture, the illustration, and let's look at the picture. What did we notice in the picture? I'm going to write an elephant's nose is gray. An elephant's nose is gray because that's what color they are. We noticed in the picture. I'll say trunk because that's what it's called. Great job. Feel free to pause this video if you need extra time to write your sentences. So we wrote that in the text we noticed that a rabbit's, oops, Mrs. Z forgot the word nose. I'm just going to put right here, a caret here, and I'm going to write the word nose, N-O-S-E. See, Mrs. Z makes mistakes too, and we learn from those mistakes. So a rabbit's nose twitches. And from the picture we learned the tip of the rabbit's nose is white. What else did we learn? We learned that an elephant's nose is called a trunk from the text or the words. In the pictures, we noticed that an elephant's trunk is gray. Great job. And you just do bullet points, just like that. All right, great job, boys and girls. I'm so proud of the work that you did, and I'm so proud that you listened to my story. Keep up the great work. Bye.